Hey, I'm Scotty, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to sketch people step by step using this reference right here. So I'm going to keep this really loose and fast, and we'll start at the top here, just a little bit to the left, and we're looking at these main shapes. I'll put on the reference here in red, and we're going to build them down as we go, loosely and quickly. So let's start at the top here with the hat. So just getting that rough shape like this, just roughing it in, and then we go that outline there. So that's the face, and the chin comes down to about there. So we won't even draw the face shape yet, just outline a bit of the hair, like that. So we've got that chin line there, and we can draw where the neck is. Okay, and then we come across to where the shoulders are, here and here. So just take our time just to look where those shoulders could be. And then approximately, you can see on the reference, square box there. So we've got those 4 points, you can roughly quickly see that just from observation. And now so we can come down here to that point there, and doing this in one line strokes, big line strokes. And if it's a bit off, we can always draw a second line. And then about halfway, we come down another section here. We've got this, the thigh section comes over like this. Okay, and then about that distance, it comes across to the knee. So it's all these kind of measurements help as we go. So there's that there, and then that's the knee on this side. Let's do this knee here. So you can come down, it's about double this distance down to there, and it has an angle about there, and if I think that needs to come down to match. Okay, and then we continue down those shapes. We follow this leg. About double that width is to the bottom of the shoe there, so I want to have everything fit within that space. So the bit of skin there, and on this side, like that, you can see that, and then the next, the sock shape, make sure it's in line so it doesn't look like the leg bends too much. Got that shape, and then let's do the feet, that, it can come out this way too. And down here the heel, and it kicks in there, so you've got a circle here and a circle here for a shoe, so it goes in this between them, bigger one at the front there. Okay, well, we've quickly outlined that shape. Well, let's go back to the arms. So pretty much from the shoulder to the elbow is about 1.5 heads. So I'll just put it there, that's just a little quick measurement. And we can come down this way as well, 1.5 heads, so I'm just estimating about there. And I can just see on the reference that that's where the elbow probably is. And then double that distance to the wrist, which looks about right, out to there. And then we're coming in like that, and we have a look, is that shape right? Add in a few more lines if it's not quite right, that little negative shape in there. And then we come up here for the other arm, and don't draw the fingers, just draw the main outline of the hand. Don't get too stuck on the hand and or the fingers we've got there. Same on this side, got the fingers kind of come down like that, and there. And that's what makes all these sketching, just doing those kind of quick approximations. Coming down like this, there's a V shape down towards there, and then on this side as well, and that's the collar coming up there. And just breaking down some of these shapes. Okay, so come across here, and let's draw the park bench. Comes down, and I would say comes down to about here. So I'm just roughly measuring it off other things in the sketch. It comes across like this, and then line there, okay, and then comes up like this, down like that, okay. Bench comes across. So you can see I'm just focusing on the outlines. It's more important than getting the details right. Okay, and then across. It's very rough. Across here, and down, and scoops back up. I can't even see that detail, so maybe I'll just copy the other side, or the general shapes. Because I don't think I'll draw that second bench. It comes across like that. Okay, I think that's approximately enough detail there. You can add something in there to show that there's a bit going on. Now the face. Everything else is very simple, so we need to keep the face simple. If it's overdone, it just spoils the whole sketch. I've done many times. Put 2 dots for the gap between the eyebrows, 2 dots for the nose, and now we've got a general structure that places all those simple facial details. See how the eyebrow curves? So we go up and then down. And this side starts down and around the corner like that. And then the nose, we can just do it in 4 lines. So just put 1 on this side and hint on that side. And then 2 lines in the middle, straight. Okay, that's all you need for this size sketch. And then we go up from the corner of the nose, up towards the brow, about 2/3, about there, and 2/3, and it's up there. Now that's the corners of the eyes. And we can go across that same width across. So now we have where we can place the eyes. We can do that really simply. Just put a line across the top, line across, just a slight bend in it. And because we're simplifying it, now we're going to add the iris. So right in the middle, just color in a little, block in a little shape there, and make it bigger and bigger until you're happy with it. That's how I do it. Just keep it very simple. And if you start small, it's not gonna, you can make it bigger, but if you start too big, you can't get rid of it. It's really hard. Okay, so now we got 2/3 and we put 2 dots. Now I can see her mouth is slightly open, but I might struggle to do that. Let's see how we go. I'll just make a little line there for this between the lips, and then I'll shadow for under the lip. And then you can go around and add little, if you feel like you need some more details, like that might add a little line there. And there might the bridge of the nose also, especially with this shadow, you can add that line, and sometimes just some little support lines. Okay, now I don't want to add too much to that. See, that's probably enough. And there's let's do the laces here down to that spot, and then the sole of the shoe. Okay, things like this, it's easy as you're going quickly, you forget, and you might have spotted a couple of these things as I went. Okay, that is my super quick line work for sketching this person. Okay, now with a light color wash, I've got a size 10 round, and I have my Winsor & Newton watercolors. So first we're going to block in all the colors. So I really love to use burnt sienna for the face, for the skin tone. And we're just going to block those in. So the skin in a very light way. Got a bit of skin there. And then on the face, of course. So just like that. Tried to make it a bit darker on the bottom left because that's where the light coming from. Okay, for the jacket, what I'm going to try here is cadmium red. So I might put that down here. With cadmium yellow. So making an orangey yellow. Okay, we're starting at the top and we're coming down. And as we're coming down, we'll add in some more saturation. There. Oh, got to make sure I don't do that middle section too much. Okay. Now adding in some more red and then bringing it down on the sleeve there. And as we go down, we can add in some burnt sienna. So we've added 3 colors. Comes down as a bit brown orange. Now for the pants, you can get yellow ochre. With the yellow ochre, we want to make it more of a beigey dull color. So getting Payne's Grey. Well, now we add it here, and we've got the light coming from the top, so we can add plenty of white on the top there without touching that orange color. And then on this side too. That's really simple. So add a bit more yellow ochre, and then we'll do this in the top as well here. Make a bit of water out. It's very simple there. And then we have the color in the middle here, which is a Payne's Grey. There we go. Okay, it actually goes out to here. Maybe when that dries, I can cover that up a bit. Okay. And what else is Payne's Grey? So we could have the gloves, Payne's Grey. So they're very dark. Okay, and the shoes. Okay. I've got turquoise, a bit more of a bright blue there. So add your bright blue in there. Little line there. It's nice. Cadmium yellow, blonde hair there, leaving a bit of white gaps for light to shine. Okay, so now the bench behind her. Let's get burnt umber. So I wanted this to be, I don't have to make this so strong, this one, because it's more of a background object. I just want to make it a very light wash there, just to show background. And we'll add a bit of shadow on there. So if you want to make a bit darker, you can do that. It's down the bottom. If there's anywhere where you make it darker, it's down the bottom there. Okay, now these end sections, perhaps if we add into our Payne's Grey a little bit of ultramarine. So now let's go around here. I'm leaving a bit of white there, lots of white bits there. It's very loose. Up there like that, a little bit more. And then on this side. So lots of shadows in there. Give that outline. To see the edges, the light might catch on those top bits, so leaving a bit there. Okay, so we've blocked in the colours. Now I'm going to let that dry. Okay, now it's dry, I'm going to add some shadows. So this is the shadows layer before a details layer. So got lots of water, size 12 brush, and let's go with ultramarine, rose, and to make it a nice purpley colour. Okay, we'll start at the top here. And I'm just going, the light's coming from here, so we'll add some shadows just around the face here and underneath the chin. This is the best in broad strokes here like this. So it's shadows there, under this bit here, and a bit along here, on the side of this, and a bit under this side here, because the light's on that top right, and lots of shadow across. All this would be in shadow across there, just giving it like a tint of shadow. And then you can also add shadow on the ground. Shadow here, that's why I've got my big brush really, so you can get nice shadow like that. And then in the parts that are particularly dark, I'm going to add in some ultramarine. So for some more detailed shadows, I'll get my size 10, and then we're going to go into the face, bottom of the nose there, under the chin, all the surfaces that have shadow. So now we're actually going to use a toothbrush. So you can get an old brush or old toothbrush, burnt sienna. I'm going to add lots of rose into this one, flick it Okay, so that's added some nice detail and texture to the jacket there. Some texture down the bottom. And the final touch is the Posca pen with some little highlights. So I like to put one on the nose, at the end of the nose there, and then maybe a little bit on the lips. Just subtle highlights, and maybe perhaps around there. That's where the light hits there. Now I've got these dots I've been waiting to do, and so I'm going to do them in the white pen. And we have a little bit of shine on the leg there, perhaps on the edge, knuckles, show that that's a hand. Okay, now this is showing some of the detail now in here without having to draw it. Just some reflections, little reflections in the ground, a line on the side of the shoe. So that's how I really loosely and quickly sketch a person, just sketching from observation. So all the main shapes going down, then adding a light wash on the end and some details. If you like the full version, the real-time version of that, I'll pop that onto Patreon with the reference and a little template to explain some of the proportions. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.